Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. My son's got a good teacher. They talk about a lot of things, prompt some interesting questions sometimes. Today, he looks at me and he's like, hey, what do you think of Candidate Y's Proposal X? I give him a rundown on it. And have you made a video about it? No, I haven't. Why? I have some ideological concerns with it. I think that we should be moving away from government dependence, not creating more government dependence. Government dependence. So you think it would work? I think it could work. So you're letting your own ideological biases interfere with you making videos about something that could work and change the world. Go to your room. No. But tonight we're going to talk about UBI, Universal Basic Income. It is a central piece of Andrew Yang's campaign platform. He's marketing it as the freedom dividend. What is it? What is UBI? Exactly what it sounds like, Universal Basic Income. If you are a U.S. citizen and you are over the age of 18, you're getting $1,000 a month, free and clear. All other social safety nets except for Social Security and I think disability are gone. But everybody is getting $1,000 a month. This is being heralded as something new and radical. It's not new, it's not radical. The earliest I'm aware of something like this being proposed was the 1600s. Thomas Paine, who was kind of the spiritual and ideological father to the founding fathers, proposed something in the same thought. Basically, at the age of 21, you got some money, and then at the age of 50. So that's it in the broad strokes. It's universal welfare. Welfare for everybody. So now to the nitty-gritty. Will it work? Most studies say yes. Most studies say yes. Some studies produce some negative results. However, keep in mind those results are being interpreted by the establishment. They're being interpreted by the moneyed classes. What is negative to them may not be negative to you. Let me give you some examples. They will point to one study and say, look, people worked less hours. When you look at the study, though, you find out that it was new moms who worked less hours. New mothers decided to stay home with their newborns. Oh, the horror. Most developed countries have maternity leave that is a whole lot longer than what is mandatory in the United States. I'm not sure that the average American would see that as a negative. Another one that they will point to is that, well, see, when people lose their job, they stay out of work longer. They do, because they don't have to take a job they hate. The people who have us trained to say things like, I need the hours, they're not going to like this. And they're going to come out in droves to fight against it if Yang starts gaining in the polls. So when you hear criticisms of this, just remember that not all of them are ideological. You need to consider the source. A lot of the criticisms of this plan are from people who are looking out for their profit margins more than anything and want to keep those on the lower rungs of the socioeconomic ladder on the lower rungs. So why does Andrew Yang care? Because he's a tech bro. That's what it boils down to. He's a tech bro, and robots are going to get us. And by robots, I mean automation, and by going to get us, I mean eliminate our jobs. The idea of unemployment rising because of automation, eliminating jobs, is not crazy. It's pretty much a certainty. It is going to happen. Some jobs will be created by automation, but not as many as are lost. Okay, it's the U.S., so we have to ask, how's this going to be paid for? by getting rid of the other social safety nets and through a VAT, which is a value-added tax. That's a sales tax on certain goods that gets broken up along the supply chain. So every phase of production where value gets added, there's a little bit of a tax. So from raw materials to manufacturing to eventually on the store shelf. Now at the end of the day, the consumer is going to eat a lot of that cost. They're going to end up paying that tax because it's going to get rolled into the price for the most part. But it's only on select items. Another question that pops up a lot is, well, aren't prices just going to go up because now there's more money and the market can bear more? Probably not. Probably not, because everybody gets it. Everybody at every level of the socioeconomic ladder gets it. People at different levels spend their money differently. So it's not all going to go hit one sector and drive up demand. What you do with your money is going to be very different than what Bill Gates does with his. And he's going to get the $1,000 a month too. He's going to take his and throw it into his Scrooge McDuckian vault with the rest of his money. You're probably going to spend yours. You are probably going to spend yours. You may use it to pursue a dream. You may use it to just pay your bills. You use it to take some time off and innovate. There's a whole lot that could be done. $12,000 a year, that's a pretty big cushion. At the lower rungs, that's life-changing. That is life-changing. It's enough to have a cushion to bootstrap a business. It is life-changing. So the egalitarian in me loves this, because anytime you can help boost that class of people, it's a good thing overall for everybody. At the same time, I remember somebody saying something about what happens once politicians figure out that they can bribe you with your own money. So I do have some severe reservations. The only sector that I can see getting hit hard and seeing a big shift is housing. I can see that happening because there's a whole lot of people right now that are on that line. They can't really afford it by the bank standards. They can't get that loan. However, banks love guaranteed income. If you're getting $1,000 a month, they probably approve you for the loan. So I can see a whole bunch of new homeowners, which would drive up property values initially. And then the construction workers come out, go to work, they build new houses, hopefully affordable housing, and the prices come back down. That's really the only sector that I can see getting hit. And I don't see that as a negative, really. I'm certain somebody out there is already typing the word socialism into a comment section. This isn't socialism. This is firmly rooted in capitalism. In fact, it requires capitalism to happen. If this is going to work, capitalism has to occur. But that is definitely going to be a talking point of people who are going to try to criticize this. And are there bugs? Certainly. There are going to be things that arise. There's going to be a lot of unintended consequences, like what's going to happen to child support. It's all going to have to be adjusted. There's a lot of things that are going to come up because of this. But is it a workable plan? Yes. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't really support it from an ideological standpoint. Now, the other reason I decided to make this video, aside from my son shaming me, is that Andrew Yang is getting treated a lot like a lot of the other candidates by the DNC. They've already decided who they want to run. They've already made that decision without any input from the people. And their allies in the media are trying to make that decision happen. So there are a lot of candidates that are having a hard time getting their message out. And even though I don't really agree with this plan, it is just a plan. It's just an idea. It's just a thought. It's worth talking about. Anyway, y'all have a good night.